Yo, peace and blessings, Jer Hassan D. Childress, aka Mr. Shift Your Perspective, Enlightening Minds Enterprise, Wolfpack representative. Say, man, I just wanted to share something with y'all real quick, and well, as quick as possible, but I hadn't tried to make, I've been having problems with my cameras, man, so I'm using my phone, but I've been having problems with my camera trying to record this video, and I've shared the particular details that are the introductions to everything that I want to tell you, but for the sake of time and all that, you know, I want to kind of, I'm not going to go into the details as much. I'm going to run down as much as I can to you real quick because there's a point I want to make. But first and foremost, I'm talking to my black women, my sisters. Some of you automatically want to shut down and become defensive and so on and so forth, and so be it, because, you know, I only can say what I feel I need to say, but I cannot control how you interpret or take what I say. Only you can control that, and whether it be me or whoever else speaking, only you can control how you receive what you hear. So now, with that being said, I say everything that I say out of love and out of my value for you, because if I didn't care, I wouldn't even give a damn to say what I'm about to say. So now I want you to understand this. There was an experience at the barbershop today where I had a client who was going to go meet a sister. And basically, long story short, it didn't turn out the way that it was planned to have supposed to turn out. He came back and showed me basically all of the conversation that him and her had via text. The brother dealt with the sister very respectfully, even when it came to the point of telling her about her wrongs. He didn't curse her, he didn't call out her name, he didn't fuss at her, he just told her. And even then, the sister could not see her wrong. And basically, one of the things that she said was that she didn't feel like she had to explain anything to the brother because they had not too long met. However, the brother had asked out, and him and the sister had an agreement on everything that was supposed to take place between them. And somewhere, she shifted. I don't know if she was being 100% honest with him or not, but I will say this. I've had those experiences with sisters, and I felt that the sisters basically are detoured by whatever. And for some reason, sisters won't just be honest and say this, that, and other has happened, and that caused me not to do this or not to do that, or I failed to do this or that because I was doing this or that. But instead, sisters have tried to pull all kind of moves or whatever just to not take responsibility, you know, for basically a wrong, you know what I'm saying? And other brothers who's in the barbershop, married brothers, are also were able to attest to the fact that they've had those similar experiences with our sisters, despite the fact that they are married. And I'm talking about present as well as past. And so that you don't get lost in my point or main thing that I'm pointing out is that sisters have a privilege issue. You know, an issue of privilege, basically. Somewhere in your upbringing, you have been it has been incorporated into your thinking that you have a privilege to basically do things that you yourself would not accept being done to you. Whether it come from hitting brothers or hitting men, whether it come from talking to men in any kind of way, whether it be for you not being on time for something, whether it be your lack of communication, or whatever in many of those different areas, and so on and so forth. But I've been in many situations myself to also understand this brother's grief, you know. And so it was that conversation with fed me to want to speak to you because of my own personal experiences as well with it. And it's one of those things that you're going to have to get a grip of if you truly ever really want a relationship, particularly with a black man. Now, true enough, black men have some issues that they need to get together, but I want us to stay focused on you right now. Because as long as we continue to always shift the focus and want to tell you about what you got going on wrong, I want to tell you, we ain't going to get nowhere. I need to better listen to you and you need to better listen to me. Because if we ever plan to ever get this thing right, there has to be some listening involved, and there's going to have to be some truth telling, and there's going to be some acceptance of that truth through your own personal observation of yourself, and you getting it together and you correcting some things, man. I'm not saying just you, I'm saying me too and other brothers, but I'm saying sisters, y'all think what has happened today? The way this sister may have done it, the way this sister dealt with this brother. And I'm saying this here. Sisters, y'all do this. And in some way in your thinking, you can't even identify. I'm going to say that you can't identify. Maybe you do see it and you just won't admit it. But in my thinking, you can't identify your wrong. You do not see your wrong. And you will reach for everything that you can to shift it and put this on somebody other than yourself. And that is crazy, man. That is like insane. That's like insanity. And I'm going to tell you, not everybody is able to recognize it or come to terms with it. Not everybody. Only people who are conscious of, I would say of that, who conscious of the principles of consideration, conscious of the whole law of reciprocation, conscious of the laws of respect. You know what I'm saying? Individuals who are conscious of that, I'm talking about like in depthly, seriously conscious of that. We'll be able to identify with what I'm saying when you do what you do. You have in your psyche a thought that you can do and get away with things that you would not accept being done to you, especially by men. I'm going to give you an example. This is just a light example. And again, it's not me, all sisters like this. And the example I'm going to give you don't mean that this particular example is for all. But I'm saying the thinking behind this example is something that a greater percentage of you share than not. The example is this. A brother opened the door for you, you walk through it, don't say thank you. Because there's a slight in your mind, you don't recognize that he may open the door for you. You might not have said thank you intentionally. Because there's a part of you that believes that the door should be open for you. That he was only doing what he was supposed to do for you. But you have to understand that whether it be a situation like that or something similar to a parent to a child, like I would tell, my seeds that even with things that a parent owe you, especially the things that they don't owe you, like Jordans and video games, but for the things that they owe you, like food and clean clothes and so on, you still need to be grateful because there are many parents that are not fulfilling their obligations. Gratitude, man, you cannot underestimate the power in the measurement. You cannot underestimate and mismeasure, the extent gratitude of take an individual. I mean, just to say thank you, to really be appreciative. And see, when you're not appreciative, it shows in your actions. It's not a thing about, I forgot and done this, I got busy, done this, that, and other. See, a lack of consideration would allow that to happen. But when you are in a situation where you want an individual to be mindful of you, when you feel that they should have done something, should have appreciated you a certain way, and they don't do it, you're very aware of that. There's a saying that people don't remember what you do for them, they remember what you don't do for them. The reason why they don't remember what you do for them because there's a strong lack of ingratitude amongst people in general. The human being is ingrateful by nature. You have to work on that. Not just you. I'm saying, yeah, me and all together, but I'm talking to you. You have to work on your gratitude factor. Stop feeling like you're so pretty where you don't owe an individual decent consideration. The woman said, I really feel, this is what she said in her text, I really feel I don't even owe you an explanation because you and I just met. There are many sisters feel like if a brother texts him and they just met him, she don't have to text him back nor give him a reason why, because she just met him. What do you mean? General consideration. On a general level, I mean, just decent. I mean, I'm losing terms right now, but it's just general consideration. General consideration. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I know you didn't have to do it. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgot to do this, that, and other. Man, you just don't understand how much you will grow as an individual. Not only in your relationship, but in yourself. Man, just simple gratitude. Work on that. Work on that. Yeah, you privileged to certain things, but be grateful when a brother carry out his obligation to you. Peace and blessings.